Hi, Joe Fitzpatrick with Fitzpatrick at Remax. So I spoke in the last video about giving you a visual, an actual example here. We talked about short-term rental properties, the revenue being down, and what your options are. Your options are you could just continue, hope that the revenue come in covers your monthly nut and you've got some cash flow. You could, of course, go year-round rentals. We can look at those numbers. And then the third option is what I'm going to focus on most, which is selling the property right now. Let's just take a quick example right here. So you bought a single family property. I'm going to use the local Aquidneck Island example, but the numbers are all relative. You can do your own math yourself. But say you bought a single family here for $500,000, okay? 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It was a short-term rental, and it was generating $42,000 to $46,000 a year, okay? Cash flow is great. I'll buy this property, I'll put down my 20%. My out-of-pocket is $100K, okay? I owe $400K, and that's gonna cost me about $3,000 a month for principal, interest, taxes, insurance, which comes out to $36,000. And there we go, boom, got about 10K positive cash flow. Nice little property. I can park my 500 grand here a year. Airbnb, the property, make a nice profit of $10,000 a year. Everybody's happy. Now here's what's happening right now is Airbnb properties are down as much as 30%. Let's just say it's 20%. Okay, these numbers right here now, let's just call this 46,000. Okay, at 20%, you got about 9 grand. You're down to $37,000. Okay, this is with a 20% drop in Airbnb revenue. Look online, the data is there. We shared some in the last video. These are real numbers. Now, your property's costing you 36. I mean, you're one hot water heater away from losing money on this property. Long term, again, depending on your goals, monthly cash flow may not be hugely important to you, but if it is, and you put 10 or 20% down, this conversation is about protecting this 100K, because right now, this property is not worth $500,000 to an investor making $1,000 a year. Okay, it's $100 a month. They're not going to purchase that property again now in today's market for 500 grand. The cash flow is simply not there. But you know who will? An end user. Inventory is low. It's still a seller's market. We're nowhere near a neutral buyer's market. Neutral market. Never mind a buyer's market yet. It's still a seller's market. Inventory is low. We have at least 3 or 4 months before we hit what I believe will be a tough fourth quarter. We've got some recession coming through. We've got some issues that we all know about. It's another video for another day. But right now, I think we have 3 or 4 months left of very, very, very strong buyer. Let's find you an end user that will pay 500K. We'll probably list it for 525. See if we can't, just make sure we don't leave any money on the table there. And let's get you out of this property for what you paid for it. You'll get your 100K back in your pocket, plus potentially a little bit of profit depending on where we end up selling it at. But in a declining market right now, which we are in, even ever so slightly here locally, this price will not be here forever. And I actually think in about 12 months, this could very easily be 450. Now you're eating into your down payment, so not only are you not making any money on a 30-day basis for cash flow, but you're actually looking at not even getting your $100,000 back. That is a scenario that I don't want my clients to be in. If you're a seller right now, if you know somebody who owns a short-term rental, especially if they bought it in the last 2 years and they put 10 to 20% down at a high interest rate, these are numbers that should be concerning to you, and I wanted to illustrate it to you. Okay, now let's just do a different scenario. This is if you sell, okay? Exact same property, okay? What we're looking at here is, you know, we had Airbnb properties where guests were paying $200, $300, $400 a night, sometimes more, sometimes less. You all know what the numbers are in your area. But if we end up having the drop in Airbnb and short-term rentals that I'm anticipating, the same property, okay? You still paid 500K for it. Your mortgage is still 3K a month. That's 36 per year. With the drop at 20%, you're looking at a break-even point. You might actually be better off, depending on the property, depending on the location, you might actually be better off doing a year-round. Year-round rentals are high demand right now. Inventory is also extremely low. For a nice single family on the island, in move-in turnkey condition between the War College or year-round guests, we are looking at approximately $4,000 a month if it's very nice. Obviously, it ranges from 32 to 35 up to 4K. But even if we take the 35, you're looking at, closer to $40,000 in income. If you really don't want to sell, you want to hold on to this asset, but you are concerned about Airbnb and you do think that there's going to be a 20% or higher drop, then you should at the very least consider year-round rentals at $3,200, $3,500, or as high as $4,000 for a single family here in the island, depending on where the property is and the condition and the location. I just wanted to bring that out to you as well. So your options are to sell the property, put the down payment back in your pocket, plus potentially some profit. You can look at year-round rentals, or you can hang on and hope that the revenue, the projected revenues that we're all looking at for short-term rentals don't affect your property as much. Feel free to give me a call, reach out anytime, whether you're here locally on Aquidneck Island, anywhere in Rhode Island, or anywhere in the United States, or anywhere in the world for that matter. Share this video, reach out, and I can have a chat with you and further analyze these numbers. I hope you have a great day.